right, what's up and welcome to the channel. My name is Hegshot. Thank you for joining me today where we're going to talk about the most neutered version of Call of Duty we've ever received. And I can't wait to break this down for you. If you are new to the channel and you want to support the channel, the biggest way you can do that, it's absolutely free. Hit that little red button down below, subscribe, and hit your notification bell. Join me for all the live streams that we're doing here, the music that I'm doing here, everything all combined in one. Would love to have you join the community. Thank you so much. And also leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this topic. Do you think that the SJWs are ruining Call of Duty? Because that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, let's cut to some gameplay here, and I'll tell you my thoughts on the new Vanguard beta. It is SJW approved. Unfortunately, that's what we're going to talk about. Call of Duty Vanguard beta is officially over, and I've told you guys a number of things that I liked, a number of things that I did not like in this release trailer, in this beta, in the alpha, everything. And there's one thing I don't see being talked about a whole lot, but it really reminds me a ton of Battlefield 5. And that's what I want to touch on. If you remember with Battlefield 5, man, they got a bunch of heat off of that release trailer, the woman with the bionic arm, yet they were making this seem like the most realistic World War II experience ever. And if you will kind of think back to then, EA and DICE totally embraced this idea that this was everyone's Battlefield, okay? And they paid for it. You ever heard of the term get woke, go broke? Well, they went broke on that game. I don't know if they really went broke, but I know that they gave up on that game probably earlier than they had planned to, and the game did not generally do well. I bought it. I played it. I actually had a good time, a relatively good time with it. I had a good friend at the time I was playing with. He hates Call of Duty, and that's what we played. And I played Battle Royale. That was my first experience in a Battle Royale, and I had a good time with Firestorm. But they made some crucial mistakes, and that is one of the biggest mistakes, is trying to rewrite history. And I think Vanguard has taken a different approach this time, maybe a little bit more of a calculated approach, which is why some people aren't talking about this. But you see the underlying agenda, if you will. You see the underlying agenda of what they're trying to do. And this started with the multiplayer reveal trailer, where I was kind of praising them because they were using real women that fought in the war, which is kind of a cool thing, you know, to explore that, because there were some really badass Russian snipers, definitely some badass Russian snipers from the war that actually had a huge part in the war, right? So that's kind of a cool thing. But when you listen to them in their reveal trailer, and this will tie it back into the beta too, I swear, I promise you it will, but they talk about exploring not only the people that fought on the front lines, but the people that fought at home, which I guess they're trying to imply the people that were just kind of dragged in from the home, dragged in from their homes to the war. I think that's what they were trying to say. Surely they're not trying to explore people on the home front. Now, women played a part on the home front here, at least in the United States, I know for sure, making ammo and guns and parts and everything else. Women obviously had a huge part as nurses, right, in the medical field. But what are you trying to show us at home? I didn't kind of understand that. Maybe I'm thinking about it the wrong way, but even if they were pulled from their home, even if they were pulled from their family to fight, they were going to fight somewhere along the front lines. They were going to be fighting in the war. So anyways, and basically they wanted to champion, quote unquote, champion some of the forgotten stories of the war. And a lot of those being women's stories. Now, generally speaking, I guess this wouldn't be such a big deal, but you know exactly what they're trying to do. I mean, none of us really heard that, I don't think, and thought, oh, wow, that's kind of a cool concept. We thought, holy shit, more marking out, more pandering to the SJW crowd. That's all this is, dude. That's all it is. They don't care. They don't, dude, do they really care about showing all these different stories and soldiers' timelines and stuff? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? But when I heard it, that's exactly what I heard is, okay, they're pandering. That's exactly what they're doing. So now we play the beta. And I notice in the beta, there's no factions. There's no Germans or Japs. There's no quote unquote Soviets or allies. There's no Italians. there's none of this. There's your team and enemy team. I'm like, wow, that kind of says a lot, doesn't it? That's why everybody freaking looks the same. That's why we're having issues trying to see people in the maps. There's no factions. Everybody looks exactly the same. This is not the way World War II was fought. And I understand it's a video game, but these video games have a huge impact, dude. Do you know that there's probably so many people, and I'm just pulling this out of my ass, but you can't tell me there's not some truth to it. You know how many people know what an STG-44 or an M1 Garand or an M1 Carbine or a 1911 or a P38 or any of these numbers of guns or some kind of World War II history? Do you know that a lot of people know that because of video games? So it almost seems as if they're trying to rewrite history a little bit by leaving the swastikas out. Did y'all notice? Y'all didn't see a single swastika, and I heard that they were going to leave that stuff in. I heard that they were going to leave it in. I seen a whole lot of iron crosses. The Reichsadler, which is the eagle always holding a swastika underneath, was holding an iron cross in game. It's unbelievable. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, this game sucks because it doesn't have swastikas. But what I am saying is that was a huge part of the war. You cannot rewrite history. You can't do it. That's not your job. Your job is to make a truly immersive World War II experience and show all sides of it. You got a gruesome experience. That's pretty cool. I like seeing the gore and stuff back. That's actually pretty awesome. But you leave out some of the most important parts of it. We're playing in the freaking Eagle's Nest, dude. That map is Eagle's Nest. Do you know what that is? that was literally like Hitler's favorite spot on the earth. Besides Berlin, of course. But it was probably his most favorite spot. I mean, that's where he spent a lot of his time. We are in the Eagle's Nest, and you don't show a single swastika in game. Now, they showed it in the campaign a few years ago, but they didn't show it in multiplayer. Sensitivity. Like, how many people do you really think are not going to buy this game because it has a swastika in it? You know how many people would say, wow, dude, if y'all actually came out and y'all said, hey, listen, we understand that was a dark period in history, which it was. But we're going to show all sides of the war in this game. You're already covering all of the fronts, which is cool, man. You're covering every theater in the game, from Pacific to North African, Western, Eastern Front. Dude, this is a part of it, dude. It's a part of history. You can't hide from it. Even Germany, the most hardcore place on swastikas, understandably, you know, to an extent, I guess, even though I think they should be teaching that more than anybody to to keep away from it ever happening again. You don't want history to repeat itself, right? So you have to teach these things, not hide from it. Even Germany, lifted the ban on swastikas and Nazi imagery in video games. Which is why that's kind of why a lot of people thought, like, hey, they're going to leave this stuff in. They're going to leave it accurate. Nope. Too hardcore. You know, these are the same people that came up with SBMM, right? I was thinking about it. Like, dude, SBMM is literally there to help new people in the game get a kill, not suck. That's why people with some kind of skill always feel like they're in some kind of damn tournament every time you play the game. You get the sweatiest lobbies. If you have over like a 1.1 KD, dude, the chances of you getting a sweaty lobby are almost 100 unless you reverse boost a little bit. It's insane. Or a VPN or whatever else, you know, kind of tricks you want to try to get, you know, trick the system, because some people want to just play the game. They just want to play the game, have a fun time, beat up on some scrubs. Man, I was a scrub at one time. It sucked. You know what I did? I got better. Everybody doesn't deserve a trophy. Not everybody is a good Call of Duty player. I'm an okay Call of Duty player. I'm not the best, but I'm okay. I can hold my own. But I had to earn that shit. I had to work for it. I had to get better. I didn't have SBMM back in the day in 2007 all the way up to freaking 2000, what, 18, 19 is when they started this SBMM shit. That's the same people that are pushing this other version of history. If they're exploring actual parts of history and real people in history, that's fine. But you can't discount the tens and tens of millions of men, hardcore men, that fought and died in that war, dude. And a lot of times that's what they seem like they're trying to do. This SJW shit, man, it's gotten on my fucking nerves, dude. I'm so tired of it. It's invaded every part of our lives, from football and video games now. The two things we could rely on that it wouldn't invade, it's invaded. Dude, I get so tired of it, man. We don't need to hear about your feelings on everything. We really don't. I don't want to hear about that shit. I just want to play a video game and know that, hey, man, these guys actually took the time. You're taking more time to create some parts of history and change parts of history than you are to just keep it historically accurate. I'm okay with having freaking red dots and shit on a STG-44, even though we all know that shit didn't exist. I'm okay if you wanted to have the 7.62 Tokarev round in a freaking STG-44, which is totally ridiculous. It's less powerful than the original round. There's some things I'm willing to bend on here. It is a video game. I get it. But dude, SBMM and this whole alternate reality of history, it's just another way to go down the feelings pathway. Everybody gets a trophy. Everybody can be good at the game. No, not true. I got some friends that suck at this game, and they know they suck. You know what they do? I suck. I'll go play something else maybe. Or I'll just play Call of Duty. Whatever. It is what it is, man. So that's my thoughts on this, man. I think not a lot of people are talking about this, but it is clear as day. The things that I've seen in this beta and the things I've seen in that multiplayer reveal trailer, and I heard them talking, they've got a little bit of an agenda on the game. So kind of interesting. Want to hear what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, hold them down.